In the next few minutes, we're going to build this. A WinForms app that shows smart pop-ups, lets users open files, and even save their own data. And the best part? You can build this in just a few lines of code. I give you a tiny bonus tip at the end. Hey everyone, welcome back to part 13 of our C# and WinForms 2026 series. So far, we've built powerful user interfaces with controls, menus, timers, and layouts. Now it's time to make your apps feel real, by interacting directly with your users using Dialogs. By the end of this video, you'll know how to show messages, load files, and save data like a professional desktop developer. Let's start with the simplest dialog, the MessageBox. This is the fastest way to show information to the user. And boom, instant feedback. But we can go further. We can add buttons, titles, and icons. Alright, let's break this down in a super simple way. Here we're showing a message box. But this time, we're not just displaying information, we're actually asking the user a question. Message box. Show opens a pop-up with a message, a title, and in this case, 2 buttons, yes and no. Now here's the important part. We store the result of that message box inside a variable called result. This result tells us exactly what the user clicked. So if the user clicks yes, result will be dialog result. Yes. If they click no, it will be dialog result. No. That means we can react to the user's decision. Right here. If result equals dialog result. Yes. We show another message box saying you clicked yes. So think of it like this. The message box asks a question. And your code listens to the answer and reacts. This is how real applications make decisions based on user input. Simple idea. But incredibly powerful. Now let's give users the ability to open and save files from and to their system. For this we create fast a small UI. Only 2 buttons and 1 text box that we set to multi-line. Now let's start with the OpenFileDialog, inside the click event of our Open button. And here, we actually have 2 different ways to work with it. Option 1 is using the ready-to-go control from the toolbox. You can just drag it onto your form, configure everything in the Properties window, and then use it in your code. That works. And it's totally fine. But there's also option 2. We create the dialog directly in code. And honestly, in most real-world cases, this is the better approach. It's faster, more flexible, and keeps everything in one place. And the best part? It's super easy. It doesn't matter if it's an OpenFileDialog or a SaveFileDialog, the concept is exactly the same. So let's go with the modern approach. And create our OpenFileDialog directly in code. Here we created already a new OpenFileDialog, and set also a filter to see only text files. Now comes the key moment. We call oft. Show dialog. This actually opens the dialog window. And it returns a result, depending on what the user does. If the user selects a file and clicks OK, we get dialog result. OK. If they cancel, nothing happens. So we check. If oft. Show dialog equals dialog result. OK. Only then we continue. Inside this block, we now have access to the selected file. Oft. File name gives us the full path to that file. Then we read the content using file. Read, all, text. And finally, we display it inside our text box. So from the user's perspective, they click open, pick a file, and boom, the content appears in the app. Simple flow. But this is exactly how real tools like Notepad load files. Alright, now let's look at the opposite, saving a file. First, we create a SaveFileDialog. Save, file, dialog sfd equals new save, file, dialog. This dialog lets the user choose where to save a file and what to name it. Next, just like before, we set a filter. Here we allow text files, and also all files if needed. Now comes the important part. We call sfd show dialog. This opens the Save Dialog window. And again, it returns a result based on the user's action. If the user clicks Save, we get dialog result. OK. If they cancel, nothing happens. So we check. If sfd show dialog equals dialog result. OK. Only then we continue. Now we get the file path using sfd file name. This is the exact location the user selected. Next, we take the text from our text box and write it into that file using file write all text. And just like that, the file is saved to the user's system. Finally, we show a small confirmation message. So from the user's perspective, they click Save, choose a location, and their data is stored instantly. This is exactly how real desktop apps handle saving files. Now here's a really nice upgrade that makes your app feel way more professional. Instead of just showing a basic message like file saved, we actually give the user something useful. Right after saving the file, we show a message box. But this time, we ask a question. Do you want to copy the file path to the clipboard? So again, we store the result of the message box. If the user clicks yes, we take the file path and copy it directly into the clipboard. Clipboard. Set text. And done. Now think about the benefit here. The user instantly has the exact file location ready to paste into an email, a chat, or another tool. No need to search for the file. No need to navigate folders. This is one of those small features that makes a huge difference in real-world applications. It saves time, improves usability, and makes your app feel smart. Simple idea, but a very professional touch. And here's a tiny bonus tip. You can set a default button so keyboard users can just press Enter now. Enter automatically selects yes, faster and smoother. Alright, let's quickly wrap this up. In this video, you learned how to work with dialogs in WinForms. You can now show message boxes for alerts and confirmations, open files using the OpenFileDialog, and save data using the SaveFileDialog. And on top of that, we even added a small pro feature, copying the file path directly to the clipboard after saving. These are exactly the kind of features you'll find in real desktop applications. And now, you can build them yourself. So take a moment. Try it out. Play around with it. Maybe extend it with your own ideas. Because this is where things start to get really interesting. In the next part, we're going to level up your UI even more. With numeric up-down, track bar, and progress bar controls, bringing more interaction and control into your apps. So make sure you're ready for that. And if this helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out the full series on the channel. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.